What's up? Let's see if there's anybody out there that's not watching the Super Bowl that made it through halftime, one halftime or the other. This was really big. Two halftimes going head to head. That is a pop culture first. I don't think that's ever happened before. We'll see if it happens again. So I just wanted to come on and talk about it for a minute because two half times never happened. Pop culture history. A huge win for the non NFL halftime. Huge loss for the NFL at halftime. And honestly, I think overall the better thing to watch after halftime, before halftime, no matter which halftime you picked over this game, probably was some football movies instead. Now, I am out of town, so I don't have that luxury, but didn't watch the halftime. I listen as a former football player and somebody that does movies and pop culture. I thought it was right to talk about this because it's never happened. The dueling halftime shows, but I have never been less interested overall in a Super Bowl. Not ever. Um, just the teams this season, just everything. It hasn't been interesting. You skip the Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean it's been on. Like I'm here at Universal Studios. It's on, everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's giant TVs playing the Super Bowl. We were eating in the food area downstairs, but man, this was big. Like just from a pop culture relevance standpoint, to have why was it built on garbage reasoning, Carrie? Why was it built on garbage reasoning? I disagree. Why? I mean, being divisive is pretty garbage reasoning on the main halftime show. But the Olympics overall, like I haven't had a chance to watch the Olympics. I heard Lindsey Vaughn, she had a torn ACL and just crashed out at the end, and I was worried about that because having had that before, that's a I was worried about that. You watch my videos instead. I was actually watching videos in here too. Earlier, we got back to the room tonight, so it's kind of like the relaxing thing I do is watch other people's videos. Um, but I will say, as far as ratings, the Super Bowl halftime lost. They got destroyed. The Super Bowl got destroyed, and I think that's going to hurt them like advertisers going forward. They're saying that all the streams total, the outlets are going to be over 10 million watch the other halftime show. So that's interesting. Just from like I said, from a pop culture standpoint, to have two halftime shows, big football guy, I've never seen that happen before, and to have over 10 million combined views on the other, that's going to turn advertisers away. So maybe it's something that leads to, we have a bunch of, like, we have different halftime shows every year. Like maybe there's competing halftime shows for advertising dollars and everything else. The interesting thing is, I actually shared a reel on Instagram. They interviewed like 20 players, 20 or 30 players from the two teams that didn't even know who Bad Bunny was. So that was kind of interesting to me. Yeah, I had Kenny. I saw that Team USA is not off to a great start in the Olympics at all. We were actually watching, was it curling? We were watching curling this morning. I feel like that's one of those. I feel like that's one of those sports that was just invented for the Olympics, is curling. Like, who, when you're a little kid, you say, I want to be a curler. I want to like sweep the ice in front of a like little bowling ball thing. Like, um, but like, do you say like, I want to get into curling? Like, who says that? I feel like that's one of those sports that's Olympics only. But yeah, I've heard we're not out to a good start. we've been kind of out of town since it first started. So
We've gotten some medals though.
we've gotten some, yeah, we've gotten some medals.
Ice skating
Um,
and skiing.
Ice skating and skiing. And then I heard that there was a a stomach flu breakout with like the women's hockey or something, and they agreed to postpone some games and stuff. So there's all kinds of crazy things happening. Yeah, we haven't got rolling in the Olympics. We haven't gotten to our best events. Now, of course, Summer Olympics, we'd already have like all the medals, all the medals. I mean, I got to say, I had no idea, like, as far as the halftime shows go, I had no idea who Bad Bunny is either, other than I realized he was in, I guess, Happy Gilmore 2. Um, so I realized he was in Happy Gilmore 2. Other than that, I had no idea who he
Not until
was.
people started talking about the controversy.
Until, yeah, everybody started talking about the controversy. Then I'm like, what's going on here? Um, but hey, man, Kid Rock's not that. It hasn't been 30 years. He's not that. I'm not that old. So he can't be 30 years. Um, yeah, they're showing the Olympics right now on several. Well, here there's like two or three channels. It seems like it's on. I don't know if it's the same thing on each channel because this is not. I'm in a hotel room, so I don't know the channels. Like at home, I can find my channels blind, but
Seattle's blowing out now, 28-7.
Risha tells me Seattle is blowing out the Patriots now, 28-7. So overall, it just looks like it's not going to be the greatest. The show would have been great in Miami. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Risha's from that area down there. Horror Stream Live, what's up?
There's a pocket. I mean, he has a music presence, but it's not the football. They don't necessarily line up with football fans.
Hi, kids. The Horror Stream Live says Cyber Warrior, what's up? Mark Underwater, what's up, man? Yeah, curling was originally a backstage entertainment for the athletes, I believe. We were watching that this morning, and I'm like, it's like somebody took shuffleboard and put it on ice, and then said, you know what? Instead of pushing the planks with something that looks like a broom, we're just going to give you the broom, and you're going to sweep the ice in front of it. That's the craziest.
It makes it smoother so you can direct
I guess it like makes like grooves so that you can direct it or whatever. But thank you, Prince Drayton. Thank you, Katie Witcher. Hey, everyone. USA Hockey. Yeah, I'd like to see. Man, good movie. We want to talk sports movies too, because we want to talk sports movies. You want something like football movies, but sports movies. Miracle. Kurt Russell. Great movie. Do you believe in miracles? Yes. That's a really good movie. If we played them 10 times, they might win 9, but not this game. That is a great one. Curling is the equivalent, the winter equivalent to cornhole. That's kind of true. Um, is National Champions any good? I don't know if I haven't seen that. American We Are Marshall is good. We Are Marshall.
Oh, We Are Marshall.
Risha loves We Are Marshall, but it's so heavy. It's like
It's
sad.
good.
It's kind of sad. I gotta be careful with TV on there.
It's good though.
You're all my children now. Fresh Prince of Bel Air. I think the name of the album was I'm the Rapper, He's the DJ. The Nightmare on My Street. I'm your DJ now, Princey. But yeah, I was listening to the numbers. We were watching another video streaming. I think it was like WDW Pro. There was a couple of others, and they were talking about all these numbers coming in. And I was like, everybody like this game is not that fun to watch, and everything else, and all this controversy. So I started thinking about that's a big pop culture thing, but also movies, man. Like football movies, you'd be better off. My favorite football movie is not an NFL movie, though. It is the program. Varsity Blues. Somebody said Varsity Blues. Varsity Blues, I'll tell you this. Replacements would be a good fun one to watch if you're finished with the game now.
3 minutes left.
It's pretty much over. But The Replacements is, I mean, Keanu's fun in anything, and that kind of strike actually happened. Wildcats, Carrie, I just watched the other night. Now, um, there's a good, you know, there's some good reasons for that. That's kind of a raunchy comedy football movie. Um, you know what? The Longest Yard remake with Adam Sandler is fun. It's fun. Um, every time I watch Wildcats, I am shocked they got Goldie Hawn to go completely nude in that movie for no reason at all. Um, Rudy is really good. Rudy is very emotional. Rudy is a great fall movie, just the scenery, everything. Friday Night Lights, having played football all the way up to college, I say this all the time. The Friday Night Lights movie is maybe the most realistic portrayal of how like big time football is in a very football heavy small town. Like that it's a very realistic, like Georgia, Texas, small towns. Not so much Florida. Florida's a different vibe. Florida's a different vibe. It's like its own thing. The small towns are, it's just different. Um, but I mean, not to say that there's great football in Florida, high school football in Florida, but it's a different vibe. Georgia and Texas come to mind with that, but that one's the most realistic. So I'm big. Oh, the one with Jamie Foxx in it. You're talking about the Oliver Stone one. Risha loves it.
Any given Sunday, baby.
Any given Sunday. That one is redonkulous, cranked up to 11.
Love it.
That is so. But now, I famously had to perform that entire monologue in that movie.
Nurtures.
The inches we need are everywhere around us. In every break of the game. I had to perform that in college on stage. I had to do that. The Best of Times is good. There's a lot of good football movies. A lot of football movies that need to come to 4K that have not came to 4K. The Blind Side's okay. It's melodramatic. Funny football movies are fun. Replacements is top of that list. Got to be Replacements, Wildcats,
Waterboy.
The Waterboy, Bobby Boucher. That one is. I mean, the Waterboy. My mama said that alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush. Yeah, Katie says, yeah, Florida's in the South, but we don't consider them Southern. I tell Risha that all the time. it's its own thing. Not bad. It's just different. Oh, the Kurt Warner movie with Zachary Levi is really good.
Yeah, that's real good.
American Underdog, I think is the name of that.
That's real good.
But it's a good one. It's just fun. I was just kind of taken back by the numbers, and I was thinking about football movies and how like this could be groundbreaking. Like from here on out, you could see dueling halftime shows. So I think that's like a big moment as far as pop culture history. And I started thinking about that and football movies and all this kind of stuff. So I thought I would get on and talk to you guys for a few minutes before we went to bed. Just hanging out in the hotel room. Invincible with Mark Wahlberg is another good one.
Oh yeah, that's
Risha's
a
huge Philadelphia Eagles fan, so she likes that. Another one, Florida isn't the South. There's the South, the Deep South. Georgia is the number one Deep South. Yeah, you're going to get, there's so many, like if it's per capita, Georgia puts the most players in college and NFL because it's only like a population of 11 million. And usually there's as many players or more from Georgia as there are Florida and Texas, which have way more population. LA, aka Lower Alabama, and the Florida Panhandle. Yeah, that's definitely so.
Scored.
What 80s movies would I recommend? Oh man, I have a channel full of them. First of all, all of them. All of them. Oh, look, Marco is in Fort Lauderdale. Risha is
that's where
that's where Rish is from. That's where Rish is from. Until she met me, that's where she lived. So
Deerfield Beach, technically.
Deerfield Beach, technically, she said. But yeah, it's but as far as 80s movies, come on, that's like a lot of my channel right there. There's a lot on there. It's very, very different. I tell her that all the time. It's very northeastern flavor. A lot of people from the northeast move to South Florida. Movies, oh, a list of movies based on video games. Now, that's not a bad idea. I haven't done that.
Ooh, that one. The favorite one. We just talked about it today. Isn't Ready Player One that?
Yeah, well, Ready Player One's based on a book.
Is that the Adam Sandler one with Pac-Man?
Oh, Pixels, but that's not based on a real game.
Oh.
Those aren't real games.
Yeah, Donkey Kong, Pac-Man.
But no, he's talking about like Tomb Raider
Oh.
or something like that. Oh, you're in Deerfield Beach?
Oh, yay!
Hey, Becca.
I used to live on Hillsborough, East 95.
Caleb, appreciate it. You help use my channel, help build your 4K collections. The video games is not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea for a list. I've had some good ideas come in lately. You know what I made? Somebody asked me, could I do, what was it? It was like the best commercials, like rank the best 80s commercials. That's an interesting list. I wonder if anybody would be interested to see that. That would be something different. It's not movies, but it's definitely pop culture.
God, I can remember one.
I mean, just narrowing that down would be tough, though, yeah. I did not watch the Super Bowl halftime show. I did not watch it. Yeah, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Super Mario Brothers, 2 Super Mario Brothers movies, Sonic the Hedgehog, all that stuff. I could definitely do that. I would pre-warn you that I like the cheesy-ass old Street Fighter movie better than most people, though. Yeah, well, Florida is definitely the South geographically, there's no doubt. You call it New York Beach. See? He's from there.
There's a lot of Midwest people there, too.
Try to catch back up on the chat. Yes, I'm not used to doing this on the phone, obviously vertically. I didn't plan to do this. I had a video today. Although, no, like, it's like, y'all know that, it's like, you know that I'm out of town and I recorded the videos or something. And, like, all weekend, like, nobody's watching my videos this weekend. So I thought I would do a health check on all of you and see if you're alive out there. Yeah, somebody mentioned that too, the Cliff Booth movie. Now I'm interested to see that. I mean, because Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is my favorite Tarantino movie. Katie says, I love Florida. It's in the South. It's just not Southern. Florida is its own unique state. I agree. The Panhandle is a little more of the classic Southern. Oh, Becca says, best car scenes in a movie. That's interesting. I will say that it looks like where I did the best openings, and that was just like, people were like, this isn't the top 10. I was like, this is maybe this 10 of the best. There's no way I could do them all on one list. So I might do more because people seem to like that. So something like best car scenes and stuff, that could be a good list. Oh, Lord. Favorite autumn movie? Something Wicked This Way Comes is close to the top. I love that movie. It has all the vibes, but there's...
Harry, I'm dropping the hammer. That's my car scene.
Oh, Rich's favorite car scene is from Days of Thunder, where Tom Cruise tells Robert Duvall, Harry, I'm dropping the hammer.
No, you're not!
Alan says you've been to Florida twice in my life so far. I remember burning my feet. Man, where are you from? It's because to me, like, it's only it's a 7-hour drive from my house down here, 6.5, 7. Austin, I have not ordered anything from Severin in a year and a half.
They're overseas, right?
No, they don't put out a lot of stuff that I like. And now, Crystal, hey, good to see you. And now I have to. You guys know that I am remastering my movies in 4K, and I'm going to have to upgrade my computer. So I may have to cut back on buying some movies for a little bit, if unless I really really want it and stuff like that. So um, because that's not cheap to build a like a pro level of editing computer or rebuild one. Katie says Friday the 13th is coming. Gonna try and do a marathon. So normally, like I try on Friday the 13th, if there's a Friday the 13th in a year, to rewatch the Friday the 13th movies and re-rank them. But we have 3 Friday the 13ths this year, so I'm not going to do that right now. What I am going to do is it falls on, of course, my Friday night rentals. So it's also it's Valentine's weekend. It's the day before Valentine's Day, right? So Friday night rentals theme this week is going to be, basically love versus Friday the 13th, kind of. That so we're gonna have a very special Friday night rentals episode.
So lucky and called that touchdown back.
I miss being able to just go in and buy 4Ks everywhere and just look through them. Best car chase scenes would be cool. I know number one, like Bullet. Bullet is
anything from the
huge.
first Fast and the Furious.
Fast and Furious, that's a good one, yeah. Gone in 60 Seconds with Nicolas Cage has an incredible car chase scene. You're right.
That's with the Shelby, right?
Yeah, that's with the Shelby. Eleanor. That's a really good one. I'm glad. I'm really enjoying the Friday Night Reynolds series. Everybody seems to be really liking it, and just great comments and interactions. But it's not really taken off. But I love it too much to give up on it. So I'm just gonna keep going through there. Zenobia, what's up? I agree, Echo Films. I pound the drum on Halloween H2 all the time. I like it. Vanishing Point, yep. I did the 2000s comedies today and nobody watched. So I don't know. Like, it's when I delve into 2000s movies, it almost has to be, seems like it has to be action or fantasy stuff like Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. Otherwise, people aren't interested. Sofa, what's up? Thank you, my friend. Thank you for watching it. Like, my last 3 videos have like ended up ranked 10th out of 10. Not sure why. Oh, do you work at Universal Studios? I'm a big, we're big Universal Studios. We got married
Cabana Bay
here.
right now.
Yeah, I'm at Cabana Bay right now. Man, I haven't seen Faces of Death since my brother and rented it when we were kids. We are down here for Mardi Gras. We have to come down here. We got married here at Mardi Gras 2 years ago. So we try to come down. Oh, God bless Pina Colada Bird.
Oh, God.
I love that. I will wear that out. And then Coconut Pete, old Bill Paxton. Man, I miss him. Will get stuck in my head. Can you play Margaritaville? What? You mean Pina Colada Bird? No, Margaritaville. You mean Pina Colada Bird? The song I came up with 5 damn years. That son of a. That's a funny movie. Kevin, all right, that's enough. See, everybody that watches the Friday night series seems to really like it. The problem is we got to get more people to watch it. 7.5 years. I haven't seen it in a while. Um, that's the part I remember. That son of a bitch, as he's walking off old Coconut Pete. I love where they're playing Pac-Man with the people. It's hilarious. I wish we could go back to when Hollywood trusted filmmakers too. I really do. I That's a movie, Zenobia. That is a movie that needs a 4K release with extras and an upgrade. That would look beautiful. It's an island tropical film. Yeah, wrestling. I love Bill Paxton. I like oh, what's his name from the from the Broken Lizard crew that like he touches the girl like here. Every time it makes him every time he touches them in one spot or the other. Um, and that's pretty funny. Anthony, what's up? Becca, thank you.
What the hell is that?
But yeah, it's that one is one of my, and I love Forgetting Sarah Marshall too. I love Forgetting. I would buy a 4K of Sarah Marshall would look great too because on they're in Hawaii. Oh yeah, easy. Yeah, I love Clue. Clue's been on a bunch of my lists. What's funny is like sometimes I'll get taken to task for leaving a video off of a list, right? But it's because I don't want to put it on the list again, even though it fits, because it's been on like 3 other lists over the past few months because it fits on those too. Favre. Yeah. I thought first when I read that, I thought you were talking about Brett Favre, one from Something About Mary, the way he says that. Forgetting Sarah Marshall is hilarious. It really is. Inside. Oh yeah, there's Something About Mary I've seen many times. Walmart is charging a fee for self checkout now.
Shut up.
You've got to be kidding me. So they don't want to pay enough cashiers. They make you check out yourself, and now they're going to charge you for it. Good luck with that. Yeah, that's very weird. That is very weird. I haven't seen that yet. I'm not gonna lie. I try to avoid I hate going into Walmart. It's crowded. I don't like going to Walmart. If there's a lot of people somewhere, besides theme parks where it's wide open space and I can get away, um, it just gets too people-y for me. Yeah, I can't imagine people putting up with that very well. I can't imagine that. I didn't watch the halftime show. I did not watch the Super Bowl halftime show. But the Super Bowl halftime show apparently is going to have lost out or broke even overall in viewership from everything I heard before it came on. Austin, I think they would lose out. They would lose customers if they did that. That is crazy. I'm going to charge you to check yourself out. What the hell is that? I'd rather watch this stream than the Super Bowl. Well, I figured some people might be, about done with it. The game is pretty much over now anyway. I know that there's like a lot of streams out there that are like getting into all the politics of it and everything else. I'm not doing that. I'm not interested in that. And they've got like thousands of people watching their streams. That's awesome for them. I think, I always try to do the Elvis thing. Like I'm an entertainer, man. I ain't here to talk about that kind of thing. But it is pretty big from a football fan and a pop culture guy to see dueling halftime shows. Superb Owl Sunday. So, are you watching Harry Potter and you talk about a superb owl? You've got Hedwig. If you're looking for the best owl, I got a giant light right above my head.
$29-13. Game over.
Game is apparently over now. 29-13. 29-13.
It would have been more, but the Seahawks had a touchdown taken and pulled back. They just scored at the very end for holding.
I agree. Easy Walmart needs to get charged for me doing the work checking out. You like the owl from Bambi? Seattle won 29-13. 29-13. There was a rash of scoring in just like the last 5 minutes of the game. Most of the game, it was just a few field goals to nothing.
Like all of the end of the third.
My favorite ride at Universal is the Mummy. That is my favorite ride. I would say next is Hagrid's at Islands of Adventure. That's Islands of Adventure.
Green Dots.
If you're at old Universal Studios, my top 3 rides are the Mummy, Men in Black. I really like Men in Black. And then next would either be E.T. or Transformers. Risha likes Gringotts better than I do. Gringotts hurts me. Let's just say
I like
that.
all 3 Harry Potter rides.
At Islands of Adventure, Hagrid's and Spider-Man. Favorite 2. Epic Universe, Monsters Unchained. Out of this world. And then what is it? Toothless Wing Glider roller coaster is really cool there.
Stardust is badass.
And the Wolfman roller coaster there I really like too.
Stardust Racers is good if you like coasters.
Tootsie Roll Owl is the boss. That's right. How many licks does it take? A 1, a 2, a 3, a 3. There's one of those commercials that made us right there.
Yes, that's.
There's one of those commercials right there. Beaver, we can throw you out of here. Which actor do I think is most over the top?
Jim Carrey.
Well, yeah, I mean, Jim Carrey's trying to be. You know who gets over the... I've never seen you in here, Beaver. And you come in and you don't know anything about what we're talking about. And you just try to troll. So, yeah. Jeff Goldblum is a great call, Zenobia. But he's always Jeff Goldblum. Really. That's a great one. That's a great call. As far as actresses, Toni Collette, like, she tends to keep herself dialed up to 11 in most roles. Well, going off the title, I came on here and told you the stats of the viewership that I heard right before I came in here. So, yeah, the Super Bowl lost as far as viewership when a competing Super Bowl halftime gets over 10 million views, 10 million individual viewers. Yeah, that hurts you. That hurts you. You lost because all those people that pay, advertisers that pay those big bucks, they ain't going to do it next year for that, if that's a problem. If that's the problem. I've never seen you comment, Beaver. But when you come in and you just start throwing that down, we don't do all that stuff here. I heard that Markiplier's movie it came out number 1 at the box office domestically over the weekend, that he made $30 million off of a $3 million movie. $3 million's a tad of a misnomer because he had to pay to distribute it himself. $3 million is just what he paid to make it. So I don't know. Well, but hey, Beaver, what difference does it make? I don't care what you are. I don't care who you vote for, what you like, one way or the other. We're here about movies and stuff like that and facts. I'm not gonna lie to you to make you feel better one way or the other. I come in here and tell what I just had saw, just the facts of it. But I don't care what you are, what movies. I'm always saying the movies and pop culture is what brings us together. So when you come in here and throw that down, you're telling me that you're making an assertion that you don't like. So we don't do that here. Let's see. I'm at the new Dracula movie. Real is it though? Because if I came in here and said something like that, like in that kind of manner, to you, how would you take it? The Backrooms movie, I haven't seen that. But getting back to Markiplier, like so he had to pay to put it in 4,000 theaters. So somewhere it cost more than 3 million. But it doesn't matter. Even if it cost him 6 million, he made 30 million. And I saw that the box office, the official box office numbers after the first night when he basically debuted at number one, they snatched him off there because that is a threat to their gatekeeping of filmmaking and the whole filmmaking and distribution process. And they do not want YouTubers with real followers, real passionate people, and real money behind it because of their reach and everything else. They do not want them to start making money because Hollywood already doesn't like YouTubers for the most part because we criticize, we're critics that have a lot of reach. We can help make or break movies. They don't like us. They don't like us. So they sure don't want us not needing them to make millions upon millions of dollars and make them look bad at making movies. And so they snatched him off the box office report, which legally they're not supposed to do. I agree, Anthony. The big issue with social media is people putting others into camps and categories without knowing anything about them. Kevin says a fun idea for a video would be the best and worst Gremlins ripoffs. You suffered through Munchies. My dad loved Munchies, but it is cheesy. It is cheesy. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Stargo. Thank you. Yeah, you claim to watch all the time, but that was your first ever comment, a bait question. Yeah. Oh, the new trailer you finally saw. I did the video on that. I took some heat on that. It looks 100% AI. You saw some other creators saying the exact same thing as me. Look, I came on with just the facts on the Super Bowl, the facts on Markiplier, like all that kind of stuff. You can be mad. You can think means one way or the other. It's just the facts. The facts don't care about what you feel one way or the other. That's it, Crystal. I'm a facts guy. I'm a just the facts man. I hate news. I tell Risha this all the time. I hate news because I don't want a narrative given to me. Just the facts. Just give me the facts of the situation, not through your prism, not through your interpretation, not through your narrative. I don't care if it's left, right, center, up, down. Just tell me the facts. Tell me the facts. Do I not say that all the time?
All the time.
All the time.
Don't get your facts from
that, and don't get your facts from social media.
Yeah.
I say it all the time. Never get your facts from social media. You can start there. If you see something, then go and research it. Go and research it. Independent research, not from another. Well, I saw 5 Facebook posts that say it. That ain't research. I've only seen a little bit about the new take on the Bride of Frankenstein. Isn't that what's her name? Gyllenhaal. Is it Maggie Gyllenhaal doing that? Alan, thank you. Yeah, movies just they don't look real overall.
Let's give you more support.
Zenobia, that's hilarious. I do, man. I do. When are they going to do a physical of the new Frankenstein? It's coming to the Criterion Collection. They did announce it. I don't know the date, but it seems like it's going to be early this year. Could be. I don't know. Like, have they? I can't remember how far we've got Criterion out, but it's supposed to be coming this year from Criterion. And from what I understand, not that long, and with a Dolby Atmos track. John Doe, you heard rumors of Thundar the Barbarian TV show or movie? Anybody? I haven't heard that. The funny thing is, I fell asleep the other night watching He-Man on Tubi and woke up and the Thundar the Barbarian cartoon was on. Just the facts. That's right, Soba. That's just the facts. You might like the left wing or the right wing, but for me, I like the drumsticks. I was gonna say
That's funny.
I was gonna say something else, but I'm not gonna say it. I like a different part, but it might come out wrong if I just say that.
But that's funny.
That's funny. That was funny. I have not seen Bullet in the Head. I have not seen that. Another Frankenstein with Christian Bale. I do think I kind of heard that, but I can't remember. It's fine, Beaver. It's fine. Hey, the Kid Channel. What's up? Tyler says, rumor that the new Halloween TV series will not have Michael Myers in it. You know, I felt like in the last Halloween movie that was like setting up a series. Like instead of Welcome to Derry, Welcome to Haddonfield. I felt like that's what it was setting up. Like this. That's what I would do. That's what I would do with Halloween. I would go back to basically like the town is, was a center of like, rituals and ghosts and hauntings and whatever else. And this is what helped make Michael Myers and all these weird things happen throughout history. That's basically what I would do with it. Katie, I think you could do it without Michael Myers if you did it like that. If you were building up to a reason for Michael Myers, because I think we have to agree that Michael Myers is supernatural. He's not a human. I hated when they tried to do that. That's the part I don't like, because I don't give a damn how crazy you are. You can't be shot, stabbed, all that stuff that many times and still be alive. You got to be supernatural. So he's got to be some sort of entity that's driving him. So if we go back and we say like this town is cursed, it's haunted, all this stuff, and these, this demonic presence is there and all that, and that's what formed or got into Michael and has animated him all along. If we built it up to there, I think you could do that. Yes, I think he would be part. You'd have to be part of the lore. You would have to essentially be going back and showing, like, you could start from present day that somebody's investigating, like weird things are happening in the town and somebody's investigating the history of the town, and you go back in flashbacks. And so like that kind of thing, but Michael would be the center of the lore. I could see that kid channel. Yeah, I don't think you can do a movie. I no. If I didn't make that clear, no, Gimbal. I don't think you can do a movie, a Halloween movie without Michael Myers. I think you could do a series if he was part of the lore, trying to figure out what's behind him and what's driving the town. Yeah, okay, like he's got to be that, but like then we could pin it on the town, like all kinds. You could find out more things have happened than Michael Myers. Like maybe weird things are happening now. They discover the maybe a new person moves to town and weird stuff's happening, and they're an outsider, and maybe they move into Michael's house even, and then they start to explore the history of it because of things happening now. Like you could make that work for sure. They could do the whole Thorn thing if they did a thing like that. Sam Hain lore, spirits, yeah, you could definitely do that. Uh, the Cora T, we talked about that already. The Super Bowl halftime, the competing halftime got over 10 million views, over 10 million individual viewers. Kevin got a copy of the novelization of the original Halloween. Really, really, it was in there. I don't think I've seen that. I think Halloween ends. The whole Corey thing. That movie felt so out of sync to me. It felt very out of sync. I think you should have introduced him. I still think part of the problem is you ignored everything from after the second movie or whatever. I think you should have also kept in that Halloween H2O happened. And Jamie Lee Curtis didn't need a daughter. She could have just kept the son that she already had. And then it would make sense that she was still paranoid and doomsday prepping because 20 years after the first time, Michael came back and found him again so she could think it could happen again. It doesn't make sense for her to be doomsday prepping based like 40 years later, based off something that only from that timeline, only happened one night. Hey, Island Girl. Hope you have a good evening. Thank you for always watching and commenting. I always love looking for your comments and talking to you. Because, like, from her perspective, if you get rid of everything, yeah, but 40 years later, PTSD from the one night to where you're doomsday prepping. I don't know. I don't know. Like the PTSD, the thing is in H2O, the PTSD is really played up and established. And there he comes, and she's proven right. And so then it would make sense that for another 20 years later, she could never let it go. Um, I would have kept the lore of H2O. Like, there's no reason, really not any reason not to. Other than you just wanted to switch and have her have a daughter instead of a son. I really don't understand that. That's what, yeah, Stargrove. Yeah, that's that. Stargrove. That's what I was getting at. Is advertisers that pay all this money and they pay ridiculous amounts of money for Super Bowl space. They're not happy to see 10 million viewers leave and watch something else. I promise you, they're not. Oh, Ben, I saw that about A24 getting Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I just think that's a bad mismatch. I think that is a bad mismatch. Yeah, Zenobia, Jamie Lee Curtis wanted to do that whole, but like, I mean, she basically tried to turn herself into Sarah Connor. Like, that's all I saw the whole time is she was Sarah Connor. Um, A24, I feel like, is the exact 180-degree opposite of everything that Texas Chainsaw Massacre is. I don't think those two things go together. The style of movies they make does not go with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, in my opinion, at all. I don't. I'm not knocking on A24. I like Death of a Unicorn a lot, and a lot of people don't like that. But I think it's an old school creature feature. Um, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, gritty, dirty, like handheld, real, alive, and A24 is very artsy, like artsy fartsy. You want to say, in a lot of ways, those two, they just don't seem to go together to me. Hey, listen, I got killed for calling A24 pretentious. I got absolutely killed. I did not see 2022's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh, Sarah Connor is peak. She's peak. People love it. They love A24. When I did a video on A24, I got ripped to pieces for it. And again, just trying to get my honest opinion. Well, the thing is, if you get Ty West to do it, in my opinion, he's already done it. He did X. That's the best A24 movie there is, probably, as far as horror, in my opinion. It's raw, real. It's very Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, well, I think people, Beaver. I think people that there are some people, not all. I don't like to paint anybody anywhere with a whole brush. There are some people that like the social currency of saying they like A24 films. Like they think that it makes them look like educated, smart, erudite cinephiles. Um, and not all of them, but some for sure. And I think I think you run into that with A24 a little bit. I don't feel like we need more Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, to be honest with you. Yeah, that whole elevated horror. I mean, I lean with John Carpenter on that. I do not lean with John Carpenter on the whole Steven Spielberg is pretentious thing that's going around from a long time ago that he said. Like, you can describe Steven Spielberg as a lot of things. Pretentious is not one of them. Matter of fact, he always gets criticized for the complete opposite of that, for being just someone who makes crowd pleasers and popcorn films by a lot of people. So you can't be both of those things. Do you know? Okay, I have not seen, like, I haven't seen Evil Dead Rise. I just bought it. I haven't watched it yet. I saw, what was it, 2013? What was the other year for the Evil Dead? But I haven't seen it since it was in the theater, so I need to rewatch. I like the original two so much, and then Army of Darkness, and I really like the Ash series. I like the Ash series a lot, but without him, it's harder for me without Bruce Campbell. So Crystal's vouching for him. I'm gonna watch them. I'm gonna watch them all. I haven't seen Evil Dead Rise yet. Just got the Arrow 4K. But I try to watch everything. Spartan. Yeah, I was gonna jump on here real quick, and here it is, 50 minutes later. They think they're watching Ingmar Bergman. Yeah, like, you'd be better off to go and watch the Seventh Seal or whatever. Um, I don't know. I'm not gonna turn this into I don't like A24 because it's not completely true, and I always just get attacked for it. I do think there's a lot of underground movies that are better, but I'm not gonna say they're all better just because they're underground, low budget movies. Like my movies. Listen, my movies are for a certain crowd. They're low budget, independent horror and thriller and drama, and you have to be okay. Like I mean, we had no money hardly on them, so I laugh when I hear Markiplier. Only $3 million. $3 million. All of my movies together didn't cost that. So, you know, not even half that. So, and I had famous people in them. Famous people took most of the money in them. Um, so you have to like. I couldn't put on camera everything I wanted to visually because I didn't have money. And so then you have to be very creative, and it has to be about the storytelling. So I find my films good. I know they're not as good as like this film and everything over here because I couldn't do everything I wanted to do. But that doesn't mean they're not enjoyable. So I'm not going to be pretentious and say, oh, well, I make independent films, so those are so much better because they're from true filmmakers, and all that. I'm not going to do that. If you got a camera and you've got a good story to tell, you're making a movie, and you make a movie, you're a filmmaker, not just running around owning a camera, taking a picture beside it, calling yourself a filmmaker. Um, so, but there are a lot of people that think they're true cinema fans or whatever because they like Vinegar Syndrome's Lost Stuff, or they think they're super film fans and know better than other people because they only like Criterion or so on, and or they only watch A24. None of that's true, and I have a problem with that on here because I'm the guy who will watch the Vinegar Syndrome movie that cost $5 and was shot on a potato and enjoy it. And then I'm the guy that'll pop in a Criterion that's the highest of highbrow, supposedly, and enjoy it. And then pop in an 80s action and then a raunchy comedy and then a B horror movie and enjoy them all equally for what they are. Because if they accomplish what they're trying to do, then they've succeeded. It's a good film. Miss Lana, did you like Bring Her Back? I love the earlier ones, especially The Witch, but I definitely wasn't a fan of Bring Her Back. Too much unnecessary gore. I have not seen Bring Her Back. I have not seen it. You love the accent. You're like, oh, let me get out my monocle and you know. Every time I walk in, there's a fancy hotel down here at Disney World, the Grand Floridian, and every time I walk in there, there's like this meme, and it's the guy, and he's got the monocle and the top hat and the tuxedo, and he's looking down on people, and I feel like that's how they're looking at me when I walk in there. And I'm like, I'm educated and all that kind of stuff, but I still feel like I don't belong. Um, so every time I hear that voice in my head, like, what are you doing in here? Get out. Oh, you didn't watch the Iron Lung, but you thought my found footage flick was a banger. It's not even a genre I'm super into, but yours was great. That jump scare you had in the graveyard actually got me. Oh man, yeah. So like, the funny thing about that movie, you talking about Realm of Souls, which is on Tubi and several other streaming platforms right now. I had to write the script for that movie in less than 3 days. I had 3 days to make that movie, to make the script and get everything together to shoot that movie. And I pulled in every favor I had in the state of Georgia. From like, hey, I used to play football at Georgia. Remember me? Like anything I could do to get us into the streets of Savannah, Georgia to film, into the famous Bonaventure Cemetery to film, where they filmed Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Um, all kinds of places. I pulled everything out that I could in that movie. And I had 3 days to do it. Would I ever do movie reactions? You talking about like new movie reactions? I've done a few of those, if that's what you're talking about, and they don't like people get mad at me. They always get mad at me. The accent kills you every time. Um, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the first person perspective burial scene. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about buried Kane on that one. I had to get down in that. That is a. I had to conquer my own fear because I wasn't going to put any other camera person in that grave because we actually dug. We had a backhoe. We dug a actually 8 foot deep hole. Had a wooden box that my mom's guy, she owns a plumbing company, and they were all into helping, and they built the box. We put a piece of plexiglass over the top, drilled some holes in it so I could get some air while I was in there, and they laid me down. I laid down in it with the camera through the plexiglass, and I'm filming up as people are shoveling dirt on me, and that is a super big fear of mine. I'm very, very claustrophobic. Like claustrophobic enough that if we're walking through tight areas with a lot of people, you ask Risha today, it was happening to me. I get antsy. Like I have to fight the urge. I'm big, so I have to fight the urge to lower my shoulder and plow through people because it's too tight and claustrophobic. But I had to lay down in that makeshift grave and film that. And oh boy, yeah, it was a note box. Yeah, like in Body Double. Man, I tell you, we big piece of plexiglass, which we used 2 different pieces of plexiglass because we put the when we put the girl down in there, who's getting buried, it's a different piece of plexiglass, and she was only in there a couple of minutes total. I was in there a long time, um, but man, it was whew. Blockbuster box set, yo ho ho, a pirate's life for me. Anthony, yeah, I could. It was whoo. Hey Seb, um, but it got the shot. If you've seen Bring Me a Dream, I mean, it gets the shot, man. And that movie's all about people's worst nightmares coming true, and they could be psychological nightmares. Like one is the older woman who's like the house mom over this fraternity, like she really owns the house they're living in. She's afraid of getting old and losing her beauty and like her skin's peeling off and like all this kind of stuff. Very poltergeist scene. And then there's the girl that's afraid of everybody abandoning her and forgetting about her, and they're burying her alive, laughing, drinking, having a good time while they're doing it. There's another girl who's a runner and she runs all the time and she's afraid of being attacked while she's running. That happens to her. There's an interracial couple and the guy is insecure about that, and then that plays out. There's a lot of stuff that's in that movie. It's very heavy, which is one of the reasons I've kind of leaned for my last movie, what might be my last movie, to just do a fun 80s comedy, 80s style comedy, something that's not so serious and heavy. Bring Me a Dream went so fast. It does go by fast. I'm remastering that one, and reworking some visual effects on it because initially we were not supposed to have any kind of visual effects in that movie. Everything was supposed to be practical. Our It wasn't a budget problem either. We spent the money on the makeup and everything, but it didn't get to us in time. And we only had Tyler Maine for 6 nights, and he was already there on set. We had to film and start filming. So we had to come up with something after the fact. And this was, 2000, this was years ago now. And CGI wasn't what it is, and I don't like to use it. It's very limited, but I'm going to remaster that. Becca says Realm of Souls got under her skin the first time I saw it. That movie, when I released that on physical media, the cut that's out there now on physical media and streaming and stuff is like an hour and 45 minutes long. But when I do the director's cut, I had to cut like 35, 45 minutes off of that movie. So it'll be long. Oh yeah, the skin peel, April skin peel, where she's in the mirror and it just keeps. Yeah, that was. I mean, I'm proud of what we were able to do in camera. There was just some things we had to do we weren't planning for. A lot of people haven't seen Realm of Souls. I don't talk about that one as much. And it's partly a found footage movie and then partly normal narrative, and it goes back and forth between the two as they try to unravel, as one group of people try to unravel what happened to the other group of people they're looking for. I'm leaning. So I finished, and my Patreon members are probably going to get to see this. The script that I wrote for the wraparound, because I've been brought in for a movie you can find on IMDb. It's called Splatterpunk. It's a horror anthology. I was brought in to write and direct a wraparound story to connect the segments that they've already filmed. So it was up to me to figure out a way to connect these completely unconnected films. And I wrote that already. So I'm probably gonna share that script with my Patreon members. But you're gonna see that, and I'm gonna film and direct the wraparound for that movie. So I'm gonna get horror one more time, but um, I may just do comedy. I may do the comedy. Oddly enough, I titled this comedy years ago. That's what we were gonna do before we did Realm of Souls. It was called All Sixes and Sevens, which now seems like a perfect title with the 6-7 stuff. You can't find Dark Roads anywhere, Spartan. The only place you could get that was the special pressed Blu-rays that I had. But soon it will be. It was never released wide. It was never released wide. We had a deal with a distributor, but then I found out that I had gotten cheated out of well over $600,000, not from that distributor, but from another distributor on the movies they had. We didn't get the money because they, all this creative accounting and everything else. Um, so we were afraid to go into it. So that movie, we got out of the contract mutually, and that film's never been released. Favorite, I think that's a different question. So like Dark Roads, I think is the best movie I've made and the most fun is Creature Feature. Um, the scariest is probably depends on what scares you. That's very subjective, but I mean it's tough because they're all so different, man. Buried Cane's a drama, and it's pretty solid, but we literally had no money to film that. I'm trying to like. It looks like my first remaster up is probably going to be Creature Feature, and I'm going to put up the Indiegogo here soon, where you'll be able to pre-order. And I don't know if Mike at Blockbuster Box Sets is still in here, but he is going to do some packaging for me. So the plan is for it to be a 2-disc set, hopefully remastered in 4K, with some new additional cuts to it, new special features, old special features, um, and you'll have a choice between, just a slipcover edition or a slipcover with a box edition, and maybe a slipcover with a box and poster edition. And you can maybe even get to be a producer on the film depending on if you want to next step up or things like that. But I'll have it all on the Indiegogo, and my plan is to do each one of my films that way. That way you can pre-order them. I will know about how much I need to make so that I don't go investing money I don't have and then nobody buys them. Okay. So that way they're not made on demand. I have a certain amount that I had planned to make anyway, but I need to know, like, if I start the Indiegogo and only 75 people pre-order them, I'm not going to have 500 made. So we'll see. Dark roads take me home to a place I belong. It's very easy to get messed up in the film industry. But I think the best writing I have done is probably, because I wrote them all, is Buried Cane and Dark Roads. That's the best writing. The most fun I've had making a movie was Creature Feature. I mean, you got all these incredible monsters everywhere. Uh, Bring Me a Dream was stressful, very dark. Bring Me a Dream is very dark, but I got to work with Marty Cove and Jesse Cove and April and people I love, Chance, all that kind of stuff again. So there's a lot of things. Schweezy, I really hadn't either. Neither apparently had like half the football teams. But well, I'm going to get off here. It's been over an hour. I just wanted to jump in because I thought that was a big moment and just talk with you guys from down here in Florida. And I try to talk when I'm down here, and I thought it'd be a good night because I may not be able to get on Tuesday for a live. We'll see. I'm driving back on Tuesday. We'll see. There will be another big video tomorrow. A big surprise. And anybody who was here very early on in the channel, you are going to get a kick out of the video tomorrow. A big possible series relaunch. This is a big surprise coming tomorrow. But I will see you all real soon. And thank you all so much. Have a great night. Watch some movies, watch some videos. Don't take everything so seriously. Have a good time. And I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.